Now the Biden administration has sought to pass out new legislation that would actually help millions of people financially, especially people on low income. Benefits will be boosted this month for those that meet the new eligibility requirements. Here is the latest stimulus check information that I want you to know, folks. Stay until the end of the video because you don't want to miss out on this. So here's an update for your $250 stimulus check. The Georgia governor has said that boosted state income tax refunds will begin this week, although it could be early August before everyone who filed a return before the April deadline will get paid. The Republican camp persuaded lawmakers to approve paying $1.1 billion in one-time refunds out of Georgia's historic budget surplus. And House Bill 1302, which Kemp signed into law, will give a refund of up to $250 to single filers, up to $375 to single adults who are head of households with dependents, and up to $500 to married couples filing jointly. The refund will only be paid to people who filed a tax return for both the 2020 and 2021 tax years, and no one can get back more than what they paid to the state in state income taxes in 2020. Now, crediting or issuing a refund will be automatic for anyone who files a return for 2020 and 2021, with no further action needed. People who already filed 2021 tax returns who won't have to refile their taxes, and the refunds come as Kemp seeks to win his party's nomination for a second time in the May 24th Republican primary. The governor also persuaded lawmakers to suspend Georgia's motor fuel tax through May 31st and signed a measure that is supposed to eventually create a 4.99% flat state income tax, down from a current top rate of 5.75%. Budgets provide $5,000 raises for state and university employees, $2,000 raises for K-12 teachers, and pension increases for some state retirees as well. Now, this refund is a response to inflation, and the Biden administration is also seeking to make it easier for low-income families to buy whatever baby formula is available on store shelves amid a nationwide shortage. So the February recall has exacerbated shortages caused by ongoing supply chain issues, leaving all parents with fewer choices in many stores. President Biden has come under fire for not addressing the problem sooner and for not taking any action. The U.S. Department of Agriculture today outlined the steps it has already taken to help low-income families, mainly by providing waivers to states to give parents using WIC benefits a wide array of options if they can find the other brands on the shelves and their babies can easily switch formulas. Authorized since February, the waivers allow families to purchase alternate container sizes, including those that exceed typical maximums in forms of formula, as well as to buy alternate brands without doctor's notes. The flexibilities enable parents to get a liquid concentrate or ready-to-eat formula rather than just powder. And the third type of waiver allows stores to accept exchanges of formula purchased with women, infants, and children benefits. The agency urged all states to take advantage of the flexibilities, echoing a call from the White House on Thursday. The Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack sent a letter to state health commissioners on Friday, reiterating the waivers that are available. Now, most states are using all three waivers, but Michigan is using two, and Illinois is not using any. 10 states and Puerto Rico are using one waiver as well. Now, the Director of Nutrition Policy at the Food Research and Action Center, an advocacy group, told reporters these waivers help relieve some of the pressures on low-income families. Now, Greg Abbott said Friday that it is working to increase formula supplies across the board by stepping up production at other facilities. Additionally, the company says it offers more generous coupons so that consumers can purchase its products at a discounted price. Folks, do you think that President Biden is doing all that it takes to send the fourth stimulus check, or do you think he's holding it back? Tell me what you think in the comments down below.
Commend to you and your team to do a check-in with the school district in Tok, Alaska. They have been engaged in a pilot of an EV school bus up there. How this bus operates in extreme cold weather environments. I'm not going to comment on the success or lack of success, but just to recognize that there are some considerations, and I think we can learn something from what they're doing up there. I want to direct my first questions to you regarding waters of the United States. And as I mentioned in my opening, there is perhaps different impact to a state like Alaska, where a significant portion of our state is considered to be wetlands. So it kind of puts us in a different place than most other states, and it impacts economic development, particularly in our rural communities, that are trying to do very small, perhaps very routine projects and get stopped after this. So this was, again, a good roundtable that the the assistant administrator, Fox, was able to engage in. And so I'd like you to share with me this morning how you plan to integrate the feedback that was heard at that roundtable from Alaska constituencies, and more specifically to the issue of compensatory mitigation. One of the challenges that we have with compensatory mitigation in the state is that we don't have areas that are in need of mitigation.
United States House of Representatives, Ms. Pelosi.
Speaker of the House is recognized for 1 minute.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I thank the gentleman for yielding, for his great leadership in bringing this important legislation to the floor, which is part of his leadership for the children and our America's working families in our country. And I also want to commend Congresswoman Jahana Hayes for her exceptional leadership on this regard, for talking about this issue, giving people hope that there is a solution, not only to correct the situation for now, to make sure it doesn't happen again. Thank you, Chairman Mr. Scott, for your leadership in so many ways. Madam Speaker, today the House is taking strong action to improve access to infant formula through the Women, Infant, and Children's Program, also known as WIC. This shortage has taken a especially dangerous toll on women and children from underserved communities, as about half of all infant formula sold nationwide is purchased as WIC benefits. Thanks to the tireless leadership of Congresswoman Jahana Hayes and Education Chairman Bobby Scott, Education and Labor Chairman Bobby Scott, we will pass legislation today to secure important flexibility for the WIC program to help vulnerable families buy infant formula in times of emergency. This action ensures WIC can respond quickly to supply chain disruptions and recalls by relaxing certain non-safety related regulations, and in doing so we make sure America's babies get the nutrition they need right now and for the future. At the same time, under the relentless leadership of Appropriations Chair Rosa DeLauro, the House will soon pass an emergency supplemental appropriations to address the shortage. The supplemental delivers urgently needed resources to the FDA to take steps to restore formula supply, increase FDA's inspection staff, keep fraudulent products off the grocery shelves, and better collect data on shortages in communities across the nation. It is essential that we ensure the federal government has the resources it needs to get baby formula back on the shelves. And as the President has said, we want to do it quickly, but we must do it safely, and we must do it with caution, so not so fast as not to be safe. These two bills are strong